Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Good evening. I speak like this. No, just kidding. Let me go to my regular voice now. We're back. We're back. This is the Quarantine Concert Series. I'm your host, Kabir Segal. Such a pleasure to be back with you. This is show number 55. 55, and I think 43 consecutive days. So we are addicted to binge hosting these shows. And thanks so much for tuning in and being a part of this concert series. So what are we doing? By now, as you know, we're going through an international pandemic. The prescribed recipe is to have physical distancing. I don't like to say social distancing, but physical distancing. And, unfortunately, all the gigs have gone away. When this happened, so many of my friends sent emails and their gigs have been canceled. The concerts had been canceled. And the gigs have been canceled for the foreseeable future. I saw Carnegie Hall was canceling gigs into 2021. There's been one estimate that there's been a $9 billion loss to the concert industry as a whole. The mayor of Los Angeles says there's not going to be large events and concert halls and sporting events until 2021 at least. So this may be the new normal. So we started this broadcast in earnest to put the spotlight back on the artists, back on the people who deserve it. These are the incredible virtuosos who, share with us their mind, their body, their spirit, their souls with us, and, give us and lift us up. And so now I think it's the time to be lifting up the creative community and be there for the artists and support them and shine a light on them. And there's always been a relationship between artists and patrons. So if you are listening to music, if you wake up and listen to music, if you put music on, reach out to the artists, stream their music, buy their music, buy their merchandise, be supportive of them, subscribe to their channels, and be there because, it's not just the musicians, it's everyone in the creative industry. It's the bookers, the promoters, the managers, the whole ecosystem of people affected by this. So this is the time to be there for the creative community. So that's what's going down at the Quarantine Concert Series. And you can find us at 10 p.m. Eastern every single night. And, I broadcast live from my parents' house here in Atlanta. They are sleeping upstairs. But when I told my mom who the guest was tonight, I think she's secretly watching. So hi, Mom. I really need you to get off the Wi-Fi so we can have a very fast internet connection. But no, I appreciate you, Mom, for tuning in as well. It's always a pleasure to have you watching. So I want to thank the wonderful people at All About Jazz. They are partners for us, the distribution partners for us, and they started in 1995, and they're chronicling with great journalism how the pandemic is affecting people. We're losing so many incredible artists: Ellis Marsalis, Lee Konitz, on and on and on. You can read the obituaries there. Check out allaboutjazz.com. If you're an artist, please go there and make an artist page, claim your page. If you're a patron, go there and make sure you're supporting All About Jazz. Thanks, Michael Ritchie, for the partnership. All right. I also want to say that in the mornings, because I don't have a life, I go to sleep and host this show, and then I wake up and I host another show. We've started a quarantine film series. I just finished making my first movie, and I realized all the film festivals have been canceled as well. So I'm starting to interview wonderful film directors. We had Frank Licari on, who created the movie Behind This Guitar, which is a spotlight on Jose Feliciano, who did a movie called The Donut King, which won the South by Southwest jury award. So even though the festivals didn't happen, they still had jury awards. So these are great filmmakers who've had their films selected for South by Southwest, Tribeca Film Festival. We usually do the interviews at 10:30 in the morning Eastern. So please wake up with us and learn about these great projects that will be coming to your cinema one day soon, I hope, or at least in the meantime, your streaming platform. So that's what we're doing with the Quarantine Film Series. All right. The word of the day. We have a word of the day, a music word of the day. Today's word is, there will be a pop quiz, by the way. So I'm going to ask everyone at the end of the show what is the word of the day? And if you pass, there will be a prize. I'll come find you. Word of the day is purfling. Purfling, an inlay of wood placed along the border of the belly and backup instruments of the violin family. This both protects the edges of the instrument and decorates it. I'm a bass player. I had no idea what a purfling was. So go figure, you learned something new. We thought, why not, enhance our musical literacy as well? So purfling is the music word of the day. All right. Where can you find us? You can find us on the Facebook. You can also find us on the Twitter. You can find us on the very delicious Instagram cracker. It goes nice with a marshmallow. You can make a s'more out of it. And we're also on the LinkedIn. 1 out of 5 Americans have lost their jobs because of this pandemic. And if you're looking for a job on LinkedIn, please stay with us for this moment. We're going to we're going to try to get you motivated and inspired to go back and crush your job search. And we wish you all the best on your job search, because it is a very difficult situation for people all over the place in every sector. So we're also on the YouTube. We're also on the Twitch. So for everyone watching on Twitch, I think there's one person watching on Twitch. We just started broadcasting on Twitch. This show is, again, dedicated to the Twitch people. All right. I think that's it in terms of the public service announcements. If you want to be on the show, please let me know on Facebook or Instagram. We have, several dozen people on the waiting list to be on the show. So we appreciate your patience as we get to it. A lot of my friends are hitting me up. I appreciate it. I love you all. I'll try. There's only so many shows we can do. So I appreciate your patience, and the viewership's been wonderful. 50, 60,000 views per episode on some of our recent episodes. So really appreciate all the support. All right. So that's that. Now for the fun part of the show, where we get to meet the wonderful musician. I mean, this artist probably needs no introduction, but I will do so anyway. I think I met him in 2013 or 2014, right when he came to the US. And it's been a joy getting to know him, his very loving and supportive family. They make a great team. And Joey Alexander is an acclaimed pianist, composer, band leader from Indonesia. And now he's based in New York. He's a virtuoso. He's just a kind individual, loving, charming, warm, and he's a great conceptual artist. And we all learned about him when he kind of came onto the scene. And I can't tell you that his new album is just fantastic. He keeps on getting better and better with the projects that he's putting out, and the maturity and the sophistication and the arrangements. But enough of me talking about it. Let's welcome to the show the wonderful Joey Alexander. Welcome, Joey.
Thank you, Kabir. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Now, first, let me ask you, where are you broadcasting from today?
In New York City.
Home sweet home. And I also have to say Abu Kabar.
Right.
I learned a little Indonesian bahasa. So tell me, how has the quarantine affected you? Tell me about some of the gigs you had lined up that you've had to since cancel.
Well, ever since all of this had happened, it has affected a lot of us musicians. And I have some shows that they are just held, they are canceled. Especially for the show, I was supposed to do a show at SF Jazz in August. They got canceled for the next summer, and some dates are rescheduled. I may do a Bruno gig in August, hopefully. And actually, I have a show. I have some shows in June, some in New Jersey, and I think Saratoga, and then actually one is in Indonesia. They've been affected. A lot of them have, it's it's a lot.
Yeah, has anything been rebooked, or are you just waiting to see?
Yeah, it's been rebooked.
Oh, it has.
So
okay.
far, yes. I'm thankful for it. I think we're musicians. I think we all love playing for people. We love to entertain and bring lots of joy for people. But I'm glad that I'm here with you and everybody watching.
Agreed. So tell me first, what would you like to begin your performance with?
Well, this is a song that I haven't played in a while. But decided I wanted to play this for you, and I like the title actually. It's called "Everything Happens to Me." Hope you enjoy.
Yeah, beautiful. So thoughtful and poignant. What a good way to start my Monday night.
Oh, thank you so much.
everyone who's watching, I'm in Atlanta, Joey's in New York. Tell us where you're watching from. We have Anita who's watching from Philadelphia, and if you have some love to share, we'll put it up on the screen. we want to lift Joey's spirits as well. He's lifting our spirits. So you see, look how he's growing. I've seen Little Genius in concert. Amazing. Daisy says bravo and beautiful. So a lot of love for you all around the world. We have people tuning in from Tokyo on Instagram and people in India on Instagram. Ventura, California is in the house. We have Seattle in the house. You know,
man.
some wonderful people tuning in. So you're truly global right now, truly global on Twitter. Tell me, Joey, about your new project, Warna. What does Warna mean? And what was the thinking behind putting out your new project?
Yeah, so yeah, basically Wana in Bahasa means color, well, yeah, in English. And yeah, I think it's such, really a heartfelt moment for me for this album because it's kind of a story behind it. It's kind of me telling more of my story to music, and I think it's such a beautiful, you know, such a beautiful collaboration with these amazing musicians. With I have Kendrick Scott on the drums, Glenn Dio on the bass, and our special guest Luis Vito, the percussionist, and Drummond on the flute. Being who they are, and it is the personality. That's what I think of color is bringing their true colors, the way they play, their style, and just the personality of every musician. Each of them are different in a unique way.
Yeah.
And when we is that jazz actually again it's universal language coming together from all kinds of cultural backgrounds. We see this from Venezuela, and having that kind of Latin side of it. I think it's pretty cool, and it's a special moment that we had together at the studio and live. So it's such a blessing, to have this album
Yeah.
with Verve for the first time. It's a great start. So I'm thankful for them putting this music out.
Do you work with Russell Elevado on this project?
Yeah,
You know
yes,
that
he
name?
did. Yeah, he
Shane
also
wants. Well,
brought a new
yeah. Tell
sound
us about.
to this album. Yeah, it's my first time working with Russell. My good friend Jason Olaine, he told me about the things that Russell did, even though the works that he did was mostly hip hop stuff, but he kind of used that element into jazz, which is I think is pretty kind of innovative and something that I wanted to have a new style in my music. And definitely speaking of recording here, so I think it's kind of what I needed for this album.
Yeah, walk us through some of the songs. We're going to put the song list up on the screen. How many of these were original compositions versus new versus covers, or were they all originals?
Yeah, I've developed as a composer since from my previous album Eclipse. Things started from kind of developing my way of composing, and until this album I wanted to kind of challenge myself in ways that I haven't done before. Adding sounds to my compositions, and on some of the tracks here, as you can see, I've got a solo piece that I kind of do like a free form, kind of in the moment, and one with trio. So, by the way, affirmation means it's kind of a mantra that that we say to each other, about what's happening now. This chaotic and a lot of negativity, but we put positivity in as we pray. Not knowing where we're going, but like we know we trust each other. We that's all we need, you know. And musically, and also as we connect personally too, you know, as I get to know these musicians,
Yes,
it's, you know, it's a magical thing.
100%. Well, it's magical listening to you, and you. I know you called it Warna, but you could have called it Kantik as well. Kantik
Oh, is that the same meaning?
means beautiful in Bahasa. Kantik.
Ah, ah, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. All right, cool. What would you like to play next?
Oh, this is actually from the new album, and it's called Lonely Streets. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit of the story.
Yeah.
So actually, after I did a recording, maybe it was, I don't know, Woodstock, somewhere upstate New York. We drove back, you know, to New York City as we were passing to, you know, small towns, some streets that they were kind of abandoned, like there was nobody there, and it's, and as I was looking at it, you know, it kind of, that image, I guess, stuck with me until I went home and then started playing it, and I think that is still with me, especially now. You know, I see less people now because of this, you know, virus. You know, empty streets.
Yeah.
I still see people buying their, you know, groceries. You know, I live near Union Square. Well, I'm in Union Square, so this is farmers market. There's still people
I love the market.
standing by.
I used to live near there, Saturday market.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so there's still people there, but definitely feels different. Feels, you know, lonely. So
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to put that theme, you know, focus on that theme. So here is Lonely Streets.
Thank you. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Appreciate it.
For everyone watching at home, please show Joey your love. I'll put it up on the screen. Duffy says the definition of an amazing artist and what stunning musical maturity. Anita writes, just plain beautiful, which it was. And we have some questions coming in. So if you want to ask Joey a question, feel free to drop a comment. Tell us where you're watching from, and I will convey the question to Joey. One question coming in, actually, several people asking about this. They want to know about your composition process. What is the process that you go through when you have an idea to turn it into a song? Do you write it down? Are you sitting at the piano? What's that process like in writing a song for you?
Excellent question. Yeah, mostly is I'm sitting at the piano without consciously thinking about it. But mostly it comes with the flow. It's the flow of what I'm feeling. Like what I just played for you. On the streets is kind of that a feeling of wandering, kind of like dreaming feel into it. So yes, that I always think I always use my imagination, but mostly I just play it and see if that works or it doesn't work. I would keep trying it day by day. Actually, I would record it. That's the best thing for me to keep my memory up. And when it's good, I develop it. But maybe even just 3, 4 notes. You know, even though it is good, I continue it. If it's not good, and I just don't play it again. And if it's good, sometimes my dad will tell me, use
Yeah,
that,
and do you?
use that melody or rhythm, whatever is good. Just keep working at it, develop it, and see how it goes from there.
Yeah, and do you notate it down? Do you write it down on like staff paper and communicate that to your trio and your band?
Yeah. So after the first set, and then I will have somebody who's also musician. I will have him kind of help me with the lighting. He will write it down for me, the melody and the chords.
Got
Just
it.
the basic stuff for me to
Yeah.
give the music to my trio, so they have a clear understanding of the form of the song, basically.
Got it. One question coming in? Someone wants to know: do you have a? It's interesting. Like you're such a mature pianist. But we all have stuff to learn. Do you have a music teacher, and if so, who do you study with, and who keeps you, you know, who guides you on the piano, or maybe nobody? I don't know.
Yeah, everybody asks me this, but it's I think it's more like those who I play with is including these people who are on the album, but it's like when I'm touring with amazing musicians, we experience each other's gifts, and that's how we can learn from each other. I think that's what I feel like. Even when I play with people like Winter Marsalis, Wayne Shorter, those legends. I don't really learn from them, technically or musically, but their spirit is what is inspiring. The musicianship, the
Hmm.
discipline, and definitely from Winter I learned from him is always be prepared, always remember the feel of what you just played, all those things, the small thing that makes it a life lesson, I think, for me. So
Yeah,
I consider
Sounds like
that
Winton. Yeah,
I consider
I can hear him saying
an
that.
experience.
Uh, yeah, tell me, in terms of musical influences, then who are some of your jazz influences that you just love listening to?
Man, so much. you know, there's not just one. Of course, as I started playing, jazz, there was, of course, Thelonious Monk. There was can can mention. I have to mention Miles Davis, who's been always, kind of his concept, not his playing though, it's more of his concept of music that I think is pretty inspirational to me. Of his concept of music and taking the music, elevating it to another level, which we all musicians are trying to do.
100%. Well, everyone watching at home, please go to Joey's website, joeyalexandermusic.com. Check out the new album on Spotify and all streaming services put out by Verve. Subscribe to him on Spotify as well. You'll love the record. I listened to it obviously a couple times in its entirety. It's such a great and sophisticated. Seriously, let's put the graphics up. So everyone go there right now. Check out the music. Subscribe and show Joey your love. I know we can't see him play live and at the wonderful clubs and all the wonderful places he has. So the best we can do now is stream and buy the music. So please do that from the comfort of your home. What would you like to play next?
Well, this song is not from the new album. But it's something that I want to convey, as we are living during this challenging times. I think more than ever, we need peace, and so it's called Peace. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah. I promise you, Joey, it's not just me clapping. There's people all over the world that are clapping at home, and I want everyone to put the emojis up on the screen. Let's show them the applause and show them the hearts and show them all. If you put it up there, I'll put it on the screen. We got some claps and stars from California, from Jeannie Rose. Some obviously Camilo's digging this. Yeah, some claps. So a lot of love for your music and your artistry from Philadelphia. So all over the world, Joey. You mentioned that term peace, and we actually worked together. You and I worked together on a project called Legion of Peace a few years ago with L'Oreal. Yeah, it was there. It is, Legion of Peace, and that project. All the songs were inspired by Nobel Peace Prize winners, and you got to work with the great Grammy-nominated Lori Enriquez. What was it like working on that project with Lori?
Yeah, actually, you played bass, right? By the way, was it you? Doing the bass tracks, I think.
I hid in the background,
Yeah.
but yes, I did play bass. It was fun working on it.
Yeah, Lori is such a truly a remarkable songwriter. I think I enjoyed playing her tunes.
Yeah,
And also,
it was.
some of the tunes had some, little bit, it was kind of nice blend of jazz, blues, and some classical kind of album. I kind of enjoyed her writing, her songwriting, and it was nice.
Yeah.
Even though it was just me and Lori Enriquez, even though the recording was being played, I was just kind of fill in.
Yeah, it was good. It was great collaborating with you. I do want to ask a question that Calvin raises. He says, "Hey Joey, when you solo, I was wondering, how do you approach your solos? Are you thinking a melody initially and then more harmonically as you get deeper? So how do you think about your solo? What is the arc of your solo that you take? How would you explain it?"
Oh man, you know, to be honest, it has to feel right. That's that at least for me. I think every solo is different, and when I'm practicing, I always try to figure out things to solo differently. It can be melodically. I think definitely you have to have a clear statement, a good melodic statement when you're playing that works together with the harmonic standpoint. I think so. It has to be both. It can't be just one thing or the other. So I think if you balance those two, I think it will it will make it sound more complete, and you have to be yourself at the end.
Yeah.
That's why we're trying to do that in musicians, finding our own voice, develop it. As we are staying home, we are trying to figure out the things that could be better, composition wise or solo wise. So we always try to work on that. Really, it's always a learning process,
Hmm.
especially solo. Ooh. it's it's always a constant. Yeah, it's a constant thing. It never stops. So yeah.
Right. Right. You've been in the, this is another question coming in. You've been in the music industry now for several years. And this is a question that may take some reflection. What do you wish you knew? What have you learned now that you wish you knew a few years ago about the music industry and making music? Is there any lesson that you've kind of wish you knew a little earlier?
Uh, to be honest, no, I don't feel that way. I'm just thankful for the the progress that I had musically, and the people that I've come to work with and I've collaborated with, and I definitely one of my favorite project was working with you. Actually, the project that we did, it was kind of nice experience for me, because I usually play with a singer. To be honest,
Yeah.
I've done projects with Kelsey Berry, who's a famous country singer,
Yeah.
and I did some different things that also I learned from different genres, from the country music world, they were very upbeat, when they saw me play, doing my solos. They don't rarely see that in a
Yeah.
jazz performance, but it was a cool experience.
Yeah. We can learn from everything. And you have a great team around you and the folks at Verve like Ken Drucker and Jamie Kranitz, and they're all great people. And you know, in your collaborations that you've picked, I know that's with the stewardship of your parents too. So it seems like you're just taking you know the projects you're taking on are getting better and better. It speaks to or with you in this incredible journey. What would you like to play as your final selection?
Oh, this one is it's the title track, see, of the album. It's called Warner, and to be honest, it's kind of gonna be challenging for me to play solo, but I'm gonna have the rhythm always with me. So if you wanna dance to it, if you feel like it, go ahead. So here it is, Warner. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah, give it up for Joey Alexander. Give it up, man. I know this isn't the jazz standard, or Birdland, or Jazz Lincoln Center, but it is the Quarantine Concert Series. Everyone show some love for Joey Alexander, Duffy, and C, and Kathy.
Thank you. Settle down now. All right. Thank you.
See, they stop on command. See the audience? It's a well-trained audience. Check out Joey's website. There's all kinds of great merchandise there. Also, check him on Spotify streaming services. Make sure to buy the album, stream the album. You heard a great sample there. Always a pleasure, Joey. I can't wait till this is over and we can visit together in person and spend time with your family and just see you out in the world. The world needs more Joey Alexander in the world, and really, really appreciate you joining us and enlivening our lives tonight.
Thank you for having me and giving this for me this opportunity to share, and to get to pray, for the people. So that's what we need.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Of course. I do want to say thanks to the incredible sound and tech team. This is show number 55 in 42 consecutive days, and the sound and tech team are there every day doing sound check with everyone. Sandra and Camilo, let's put their website up on the screen. Info soundworks.com. You see it. And they are wonderful people, audio team. If you're an artist, check them out. Check out their website. They have 2 dogs, Oreo and Maui. So if you mention one of the 2 dogs, you'll get a discount. By the way, how's Diesel doing? How's Diesel doing, Joey?
Oh, last time you saw him, he's gone now to 73 pounds now.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I bet. So we got 3 dogs. We got Diesel, Oreo, and Maui. Maybe we can get them all together one day. All right. So that's it for tonight. Tomorrow, great. Thanks, Joey. For tomorrow, we have a great, continuing with a piano jazz motif. We have the great Christian Jacob who will be joining us 10 p.m. Eastern every single night. What was the word of the day? Tell me in the comments. If you're watching at the beginning of the show, you know what the word of the day, drop it in the comments. I'll come find you, give you a prize online. So thanks everyone for watching 10 p.m. Eastern every single night. Stay well, stay home, and everyone stay at peace. Good night, everyone.